sure about that?
All right, all right. Welcome back, guys. We are here. I know this day has been one for amazement, and I am one to tell you that this is a blessed day. All right, your boys from the Truth Media Podcast are finally back to give you some hot, desired fire. God damn.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. So without further ado, let us introduce the cast. This is your boy Q Fusion and my co-host.
Double A Hef, y'all. What up?
All right. So guys, there has been a ton of action that's taken place throughout the course since our last video that we've done, which was I don't even want to think about it. It's going to give me PTSD. But essentially, I'm happy to say that there is a ton of shit going on right now, and I think for one episode that we'll make a nice little smooth transition into the 2024 season of the Truth Media Podcast. Will be because it is basketball season. Nonetheless, there was a high school game that took place between two high school powerhouses in South Jersey. At this current time, you have Camden High School, which I'm not sure is not I'm gonna murder his name. The Wagner. Remember the Wagner that played for the Cleveland Cavaliers and scored 100 points in high school. I'm forgetting his first name. Is Dewan Wagner? Is that if I'm
Mm.
remembering correctly? All right, but yeah, so there's a Dewan Wagner who was an NBA player. He had a short-lived career, but at the same time, in high school, he was highly prolific. His son, if I'm not too mistaken, obviously, you guys in the chat let me know and keep me honest. I believe his son is playing for Camden High School at this current time, Dewan Wagner Jr. So Camden High School, there was a game that took place for the I believe it was the group one of the group 4, group 3, or where have you championships that is taking place right now, and there was a huge, widely contested, controversial call that took place. Okay, and in this call, it is one that if you haven't seen it yet, we're going to play it for you guys, so that way you guys here. I've heard about the call, but I haven't seen it in real time, so I'll be watching it. And I'm not sure if my co-host has seen
I
the
saw it.
Okay, cool. So, for those of you that haven't seen it yet, you'll be able to watch it alongside with me. And so we'll see what exactly the controversial call was. And then we could talk about all of the things that are, whether or not that was the right call. We wanted to get into whether or not it was right, whether or not the petition that was made for Manasquan High School was in good jest. And also, it looks like there is an interesting element that has been brought into play, and that is the moniker of race. And it wouldn't be a 2024 topic if we didn't sprinkle in some racism to go into the mix. All right, guys. So let's without further ado, let's check out the play itself in question, and you guys let me know if this was the right call. Let me open up the chat. So guys, yeah, our chat is live. So if you want to stay engaged with us, so we can see your questions, we can see your comments, please drop it in the comment section, so that way we can go ahead and shout you out during the course of the video.
Are
All
we on
right.
Facebook right now too?
We should be. I don't have it. Yeah, if you could for me, if you could pull it up on your side, Just keep a check just to see because I know last time we
Yep, I
missed
got
some
it.
comments.
It's live. Yep.
We missed some comments in there that definitely were funny. So all right, hopefully this we don't get any bugs with this. I restarted my computer, so we should be good to go. All right. No way. Okay, just a little play-by-play for you guys. If you guys aren't paying attention at this moment, in the video, it appears that Manasquan, who was in the blue, Camden High School, which is in the white, Manasquan was able to get the offensive rebound and get the putback, which what it seems like in enough time to count the bucket. Right. So I don't. There's a lot of commotion right now in the court. I believe they're getting the stormers off, so that way the referees can deliberate. If you can see my mouse, you can see in the section here you have three referees that are going over what seems to be a call on the court. Let's see what happens next. Let's put this down. Sorry, guys. Just want to make sure it plays out. Just give it a second. Whew. Wow. Wow, that was quick. That was quick. I thought it was going to take a bit for me to see the controversy in the call. Wow.
Yeah, crazy,
Wow.
right?
Wow. Wow.
Crazy, right?
No. Wow. Come on. All right. Let's just want to take it back real quick, just so that you guys, if you missed it, you can see what took place, and then we'll go ahead and talk about what the heck we just witnessed. Jesus of the Christ. Come on, work with me, internet. All right. Okay. All right. All right. Just want to go to that part where the basket was made. Okay. Let's do it from there. Oh, do. Let's turn. I'm going to turn this off. Wow. All right, guys. So if you guys, hey, wow. So I wanted to play it back also for myself because I wanted to hear it. It's a little bit tough to hear, but I wanted to see when exactly the buzzer went off and whether or not obviously he had his hand on the ball. Because as you know, it's if his hands are on the ball, if you're not familiar with basketball, if his hands are on the ball as he's going up for that layup or for any shot, where have you, and the clock is at 0-0, then that basket does not count. But in this case, as you can see, it is very clear that the man was able to get it off with about a couple of tenths of a second left on the clock, which would then, in the eyes of someone who's beholding the game in this video, would seem to be a proper basket. right?
Yep.
So yeah, when my co-host, sir, when you saw or when you became aware of this controversial game, what was your take on it?
Um, Honestly, at first, I wasn't that interested to even watch the video. Because I was getting flooded with all types of there were tournaments going on for like the past like couple weeks with like
Yeah.
counties and sectionals and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And actually, in the town that I currently work in, that high school had pulled up an upset, and they won their sectionals, and that was crazy because they had only won like their regular season record was like below 500. So
Oh.
so I was inundated with a lot of that, and when I saw this, I was
Mhm.
all right. Camden and Manasquan, I don't give a crap about neither one of these places. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Right. For
I
sure.
was like, whatever. But then I kept seeing it, and I was like, what happened here?
Hmm.
So I watched the video, the one that we just watched, and I was like, whoa, how they let this slide? Because what happened was it was ruled a bucket,
Correct. That's why
and
the
then
score
it
changed.
was waved off. So the correct call was made,
Hmm.
and then it was waved off.
Huh.
But if you watch the tape, like you just did, but you say you watch it again and you pay attention to the moving pieces, if you watch the refs as they're walking off the court, somebody from the Camden side is like, "Oh, no, 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 no." He's doing. I don't know what he's saying, but he's definitely
Hmm.
gesturing towards like that bucket didn't count. He's like waving it off. That shouldn't count. It shouldn't count, or whatever the
Right.
case may be. And then that implores the refs to huddle and then
Hmm.
say, "Yeah, no bucket, no bucket." Uh, with that being the case, I think that was an outrageous, and I can't even call it a miss because they got it right, and
Hmm.
then they made the right wrong. So it wasn't a miss. It was just a dereliction of duty, and I don't know what the recourse is going to be or the consequences for these refs.
Hmm.
And up until today, because this happened, what, a few days ago, almost 5 days,
When did they do this video? They did this video they did this 4 days ago, but I don't know if they have the date.
yeah.
But yeah,
So
at least a week ago. At least got to
yeah,
be at least under a week.
going on a week, right? And to
Hmm.
my knowledge, well, actually, to my knowledge, what has happened is the New Jersey Athletics stepped in and said we're not going to overturn anything.
Right.
So the team that won, that should have won, they're the losers, and nothing's going to be done about it. I don't think that that's right uh, for the for those students.
Hmm.
I don't think that is right for those fans, for those parents,
Mm.
and quite frankly, and this is my question to you, my good sir.
Hmm.
If you were on that team that won, right?
Hmm.
Camden, you're on Camden. Now you
Hmm.
didn't win. What are your thoughts about that win? How would you feel? Now, obviously, you just give us your best.
If I was on that team, on the Camden team, I would just be like, I beg your pardon. I would say if you're trying to ask me to say give this win back to the let's get this off the screen so I can see my co-host. If you're asking me whether or not I would take it upon myself to be like, oh, yeah, hey guys, this isn't right, man. It reminds me of that commercial, that annoying ass commercial that you used to see. Remember when the guy stepped out of bounds and then he goes up to his coach like, Coach, it shouldn't be. It's not right, Coach. I stepped out of bounds, and the coach is like, What? What are you talking about right now? Are you serious, Coach? I stepped out of bounds. Not our ball. And he's like, you know what? Do whatever, and blah blah blah. And then the guys on the team are like, Coach. He's like, No, I'm proud of you, son. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm like,
Hey, that's good character. It's good character,
fuck
man.
his
Good
character. We're
character.
going to the championships. We're going to the tourney of champs because in the state of New Jersey, if you're not from Jersey, once you get to the, I guess you'll call it the final four, which is where the four groups, right? Because there's different size groups based on the size of your school. So there's group 1, group 2, group 3, and group 4. And so what your goal is to make it to win your group, so that way you can make it to the tourney of champions, which is then will crown the overall champion for the state of New Jersey, right? So if I'm Camden, we going to the championship, baby. We going in, man. I'm on that court like, run, bitch, run. Get off the court. Get off the
Let
court.
let me ask you a question. Okay, all right. So, what would your thoughts or feelings be, presumably,
Yeah.
if you were the head coach of that team?
Which team? The Camden team?
It's the same team, yeah.
Oh yeah. I'll be like, I'm like, hey, I didn't think I shot in the dark, and I didn't think they would actually listen to me. So I didn't think they actually listen to me. So guess what? We going to the championship, baby. We going to the championship, baby. We going to the championship. I'm about to get a ring. I'm about to go to get a ring, man.
Wow,
Fuck these
wow,
white people.
wow.
And if I'm from Camden, I'm probably having this with her. I'm like, yeah, fuck these white people. They want enough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
We
that's
out.
funny. That's
We
funny.
out.
You know,
We out. We fucking out.
and that's why Camden is a hellhole full of freaking deplorable people with
Hey.
with no morals.
Hey, you right. Hey, you right. Like I said, once I saw that commercial, I was like, no, once I saw this, that was the first thing that was that commercial that came to my mind. I'm like, and I remember when we were young, because that commercial came out like, what, at least like 10 plus years ago. And I even remember even then, I was looking at that dude in that commercial like, fuck you. If I'm in that starting five that's in the finish of that game, and like say versus Aaron, it's me and you when we were playing football. And somebody was like, yo, coach, I had 1 foot out of bounds when I caught that ball. And so I had both feet out of bounds when I caught that ball. Because I think in high school you can have 1 foot in and there'll be a catch, right?
Yeah, one. Yeah.
So if he's like, yeah, I caught that ball 2 feet out of bounds, coach. And the coach was like, wait, what? He's
2
like,
feet
coach.
out of bounds.
No, I didn't catch that. I didn't catch it, coach. It wasn't a catch. Man, Aaron, you're telling me you would go ahead in that huddle and fucking tell us to be like, nah, coach, we can't let this pass, man.
Thanks for asking me that question. So
yeah, I'm curious because now I'm curious.
Allow me to clarify. All right.
Yeah.
So, well, one, there's a huge difference here.
Mhm.
First, and the scenario that you're bringing up, okay, you know, like that's like Michael Jordan, Game 6, the push off. Like I pushed off. You know, I definitely pushed off. I made the shot, but I had the separation because I pushed off. MJ going back and saying, hey, you know what? Let's go to Game 7. No, there's a difference. Want to know why? You want to know why? I'm sure that game was riddled with lone calls, missed calls, and all that stuff, right? We all know what happens throughout the course of a game, whether it's basketball, football, baseball, what have you, right? We understand that. That's the foils of war. But at the very end, the game had ended. Yeah. And it was decided that team won. And then after the game was over, nothing of the student athletes, I should say, then it was overturned. So yeah, I kind of get what you're trying to do, but it's a bridge too far with that farcical.
Sure. Well, yeah. No, and I'll give you that. My example is for one thing, just because we say it was a catch, like if that was a catch, even if we said it was a catch with 1 second left, it doesn't mean that the other team will then be able to, to win. Because I think the score was tied and until the made basket. If I'm correct, I think it was 45-45 until he made the layup and then made it 47-45. If I'm correct,
they won by one.
They won by one. Oh, okay, because I'm thinking like in football, it would be a little bit tougher, even if it was 1 point. It's not like they could just go down the field and then, or what have you, and make up that point. Like if we were up, and then that happened, right? So I get your point. It's a little bit more nuanced with regards to that. I was just kind of trying to see if I could throw out a hypothetical. But yeah, no, honestly, if I was a Camden coach, I honestly would feel for the Manasquan students because that's a tough pill to swallow. And so it's definitely not without merit, but I do think that, at the end of the day, these refs have a job, right? Yeah. And I can only do what I could as a coach. I can argue the calls as much as I want, but it's still up to those refs, right? They should not be led based upon my argument. They should be led based upon what they witnessed and based upon what the rules dictate and allow for them to correct or not correct. So I gotta, I gotta. Hey, now if you ask me what would I do if I was the Manasquan coach, well, let's just say it's on site, man. If I see those coaches, man, if I say those goddamn coaches, I'm just like, damn, son, where'd you find? You gotta run. You gotta fucking run for me. You gotta run for fucking me, because this shit ain't fucking passing. So you better be, that ref better be out of the building, because I'm not playing. I'm looking for this address. I'm looking for his phone number. I'm on his ass.
This is where I'm at with it. All right?
Mm-hmm.
I get it, and like I stated, New Jersey already ruled they're not going to overturn anything,
right?
So whatever, right? This is where I'm at. If I put myself in a position of those students on the Camden side, when you're young, you're dumb, you're not really thinking about the big picture, right?
Yeah.
And the world is kind of centered around you and whatever the hell you want to do at that moment. And we've all been there. I get that. So the students probably, oh yeah, this is our opportunity. Whatever. Okay. But as a coach on that team, I would have to, and I'm not saying that the coach didn't. I don't know. And I don't know if the head coach was the one that was like, oh no, that didn't count or not. I'm not familiar with the who's of the who's and the what's of the what's in that scenario, right? But what I will say that if I were to put myself in that situation, I would say, we lost that game.
Manasquan or Camden?
Camden. Sorry, if I'm a Camden coach,
okay,
I'm thinking we lost that game. I can't walk away from that as a coach and tell my team, oh yeah, we won. We're winners. We should feel like winners. No, we should. We lost.
Right.
We lost.
Right.
We lost. And I think as a coach, you have a greater duty to teach character and develop character of these young men, especially coming from a spot like Camden.
Sure.
As opposed to, talking about, hey, well, we got that one. Like, no, that message isn't going to resonate as well and as long as the greater message, which is, hey, you know what? We lost. And as a coach, I lost too. So I wouldn't even want that. I wouldn't want that. And again, I have seniors on my team that basically we lost together, that now they're going to play in this tournament, that they don't deserve to be there because we lost. And now seniors that won won't be able to play in that tournament that they deserved and they earned, because you know what? The game is 4 quarters. That's what we teach, right? It's 4 quarters. You don't stop until the last whistle blows. So I think that is a huge contradiction of job responsibility. And again, I'm not saying that any of these coaches were like, oh, no, we're taking this one and fuck what you heard. I'm not saying that at all, because they might not have said it. I haven't heard anything either which way. I'm just saying if I were in that situation, I would not want that, because I don't want them, my team, to think that that's okay. No, we lost. When it was 0-0, the score was up for them and it was overturned. And we have the empirical evidence that we lost that game. We lost.
Yeah.
And now you're robbing the winners of their opportunity. Again, no seniors. And some might not even play college ball. That might be their last meaningful game of basketball. Yeah. And that's how it has to go out. Because I failed my team. My team lost. We lost. Yeah. We're going to keep on going. No. Me as my moral character says, no, I cannot do that.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I think that message is definitely going to be spread in the locker room. But in the open court, no, I'm celebrating. I'm popping champagne. But once I get back, I'm popping champagne because it's again, we're talking about Camden High School, so there's not a lot of wins to be said. So with that being said, when we go back to that locker room, I'm right there with you. I think that if I was a coach, what I would be looking at it is like, hey, look, guys, we just caught a fucking break. We just caught a break, but do you understand what this means, right? Like, we lost this game. Right, this game is we are not at this moment. We're not deserving to be state champions. Right, that team that's walking off right now, they did the little things necessary to win the game. Yes, right. So, and I'll be watching, and if we're having film day and all this other stuff, because we're gonna watch film. Oh, we're gonna watch, because motherfucker, you didn't box out. That's why. That's why this shit fucking. I almost said Leklinski, knowing full well there ain't no Leklinski on that team. Fucking Devontae, you know damn well.
Look,
Okay, that goddamn rebound should have never been had. Okay, and you know the only reason why we're in this fucking mess is because you couldn't box your little butt out. And I'm telling you right now, if you want me, oh god, coach, take the remote, take the remote, take the remote, take the remote, take the remote. So I'm with you. I think that you can't just go to the next game and be like, oh yeah, like act as though like, oh yeah, we deserve to be here. Like, no, what you now have to do, the onus is on you. And actually, when we get into the next part of the segment of this conversation, the Manasquan team actually went to their next game, right? So if I'm that team, I'm like, yo, we didn't deserve to be here, so we cannot lose these next games,
No,
right?
you better win
We
it
have to,
all.
yeah, exactly. Like we had, like if I'm that guy, I'm like, yo, this is gonna be, if we don't win it all and give people a reason to at least argue that we deserve to be here,
Yeah,
this is gonna look really,
yeah,
really shitty on all of us, right?
yeah.
And
And
do you want to leave
those
that?
refs are like, please,
Yeah,
please.
yeah, those refs, because they're not coaching. I mean, they're not refing another game for a good minute. I'm sure they are going to be looking like
They're gonna be the touch of sports
it's
place.
yeah, no, they about to be. They were like, hey, so when's our next gig? The fucking commissioners are gonna be like, are you serious? Like, you got us in the news for the wrong reasons, buddy. So yeah, you're gone. You're gone. You in a shiny head, you're gone. So yeah, so yeah, I think that with that note, I think that I think we're on the same page relatively, because I definitely I don't think that I definitely don't think these guys should just take it lightly. I think they have a responsibility now to move on in this tournament with some type of burning desire to showcase that again, that they deserve to be champions. So,
Yeah,
so
I
yeah,
agree with that. Hey,
yeah,
that's where it's at. So what's the next segment?
yeah. So what I saw, and guys, this is I'm telling you right now, like we are in a weird time in today's day and age, because racism is here, right? Racism is all around us. It's in this conversation, I guess. It's in the way that we interact with one another. And supposedly racism has found its way into this scenario. So what I would do, like usually when I'm on social media, I'm usually looking out for things that we can do topics about. Even though we haven't done topics in a minute, I have like a folder that I have set up on like Instagram, Facebook, where I will pull things that I think are, interesting tidbits that we can have combos about. And something came across my eye from a post that somebody made, this girl made. I don't want to out her, but hopefully, hopefully, take. Let me see if I can.
The
Yeah,
comments on your feed.
no. So I was going across the feed, right? Because I haven't commented on my side. But what I saw was this post, right? And I don't know if you guys can see it. Just want to make sure we could pull that up on that side. But it really, really was just like one of these things where I was like, really, like we're doing this,
Yeah.
You stupid.
like people need to understand that this time and day and age, like not everything is about race. Okay,
Of
so
course, a woman, and I put woman
yeah.
in quotes. Of course, a female
Mm,
would
mm.
freaking would post some nonsense like this.
Yeah, it's weird, man. So let's read it out for those of you that may not be able to see it on your side. So as she posted, let's be for real. Sorry, this is in response to the Manasquan High School team sitting at the game that the Camden High School basketball team's men's team, boys team, played the I guess maybe the next day or so have you. Right? So her comment was, let's be for real. Okay. If the roles were reversed, no one would be asking the white team to step aside for the black team. NBA reps make bad calls all the time, and the league works to correct them in the offseason. Blame the system, not the children. Anyway, congratulations, Camden High. Sue whoop. Sorry, I just threw the Sue whoop in there. It doesn't say Sue. That's how I felt when I saw the end of that. Okay, so if we go, there's only just a couple of comments, and as you can see,
Wow.
right, the comments were right on board. You always gotta go ahead, sister. You know what I'm saying? Sister, sister. Uh, you see the thank you. You want
Oh
the
god.
high? You got the high. Don't even know what that means. Okay.
Okay.
Those boys were not showing sportsmanship. Shaking my head. Their girls played right after Camden, and the news tried to flip it to make them look like saints.
Uh-huh.
Oh, damn! Shots fired. Ooh, 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 okay. Ooh, okay. All right. So,
Let me say a few
Michael,
things.
what your take?
Yeah, yeah. So I just want to say a few things.
Oh shit.
Brothers, this is exactly why I always talk about the super wokey woke liberal females, because they don't know what the hell they're talking about, but they're just always talking. Okay. And the problem is that a lot of these simple minded Negroes or dudes, if you will, you allow them to talk a battery into your damn back, and then you start saying the dumb shit that they're saying. And that's where the issues lie, right? Because most men understand, like, okay, who gives a shit about what this chick is saying? She doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. You know what I'm saying? Let me ask her how her man's doing, how her
Hmm.
man's feeling, right? Let's see if she has a good insight on that. All right. But at the end of the day, to compare the NBA to a high school game is already we're starting off on just like that's a bad faith point that you're trying to make, right? And then second, the whole race thing. Whenever people attempt this, gotcha, where it's like, oh, if we just flip it to the other side, this is what will happen. Well, no, you don't know what'll happen, okay? Because not everything, well, nothing's equal. Men and women aren't equal. Me and my co-host, we're not equal. So,
Mhm.
I can't say, oh, Chief Fusion will react like this in the opposite reciprocal way. No, we would never know unless we were under those circumstances and it happened. And you know
Mhm.
what? You probably be surprised at the outcome. So again, just a bad faith argument.
Mhm.
And then to talk about again, like these are high school boys we're talking about. And I'm sure some of them are seniors that I just went over, got gypped out of continuing their season, and
Yeah.
some of which will not play college basketball, I'm sure.
Mhm.
So their
Uh-huh.
last meaningful game of basketball ended like that, and now you're talking about these kids. But then, if I were to say, "Oh, well, you know what? If we screwed that, flipped it, then reversed it, like the whole Missy Elliott shit, right? Flip that shit and reverse it,
Yeah.
and said, oh, well, you know what? If those were the black kids, and then people were like, oh, look at those hoodlums, those thugs, or whatever, they're up there. They're not there in good faith. They're not there to support and show sportsmanship. They're just yada yada. What would that get me, right? What would that get anybody?
Right.
A nothing burger. Nothing. Nothing. So let's stop with the identity bullshit. Okay, what she should be focusing on is her man if she got one, and if she don't got one, trying to fucking land one. But I guarantee you this, doing what the fuck you're doing, that ain't get you any closer to landing a man. And you can say all the fucking shit you want. Well, you this and this and this and this, and you do by all means, we done heard it all. There's a million of you out there. There's a million superwomen out there. Okay? You are not special. Not in the least. Not even on your sports takes are you special. So please give me and the rest of the people on your fucking feed a rest. Give us a break. Give us a fucking Kit Kat bar, bitch.
Hey, yo.
I'm being dead serious. I've
Hey,
had enough. I've had
yo.
enough of this. I had
Hey.
enough.
Mm. You know what? When I first really saw this, I just was
Y'all killing me with this.
every single fucking time. And also, you know what? I'm sorry. Shout out Dr. Umar.
Find that suspicious.
You know, you don't just anytime there is just some type of controversy, can it just be the controversy, right? I'm all for you saying, oh, they wouldn't oh, the like flip something. But to say to the reason why her the sorry to add on to my co-host reasons as to why this is nonsensical is because it's as he mentioned, it's not in good faith at all, because we know that in this climate, this wokety woke, shout if you can hear me. I'm black, y'all. Who's back, y'all? Because I'm blackety black, and I'm black, y'all. Moment in time, right, where it being black is while people say that you are oppressed to no degree. I guarantee you that this would go all over. It would be on ESPN. It would be on ABC. If this was reversed, first of all, if this was reversed, God bless the people of Manasquan, because it would be shootouts all up and down. I don't know what your main street is, but I'm sure you got one. It would be a whole bunch of Pookies and Ray Rays going off. Fucking Camden, Sue game, bitch. Yeah, you thought you about to get one up on us? You better. They would be at the NJSIAA. I don't know the abbreviation. Please don't quote me. So they would be at their head office in 2 seconds flat. The Negroes would be all up and down the street protesting this shit, because y'all. Sorry, excuse me. Y'all love to protest. So when you would be there would be civil unrest like you have never seen in the state of New Jersey.
Burning down precincts.
They would be burning down. They'd be burning down cycle shops. They'd be burning down Orange Theories, burning down fucking Aldi's. They'll be burning down fucking Whole Food stores. They'll be burning down every goddamn thing.
Every Tesla in sight.
Yo, you would not be able to drive foreign in the goddamn streets if it was up to this goddamn scenario being switched. So for her to say it as though like, oh, people would just be sitting back, like it would be like Trayvon Martin died all over again. I'm sorry. So there would be no rest. You would not be able to close your little Caucasian eyes if there was something like this to have taken place on the flip side of the narrative. So we need to be a lot more careful and responsible when we start talking this nonsensical race talk for things that are just about let sports just be sport. These kids are innocent kids. They're playing basketball, they're hooping. Ninjas aren't on the court stabbing, doing all types of nonsensical things. They fucked up a call. The rules that dictated for the call not to be reversed, and instead of us just leaving it at that and simply saying, hey, they better show up and fucking, own this shit. Y'all want to make it like a whole, World War III in the state of South Jersey, just because of some nonsense. This is the type of race baiting shit that gets people hurt, and I'm not a fan of it. And that's why when I saw this, I was like, yeah,
it's irresponsible.
We need to bring this shit up.
It's irresponsible.
Because I think that's the thing. Yeah, because I think that she's not alone. I think that she, and alongside a number of others, instead of just saying, hey, Camden, good shit. Y'all, something went your way one time. Instead of just taking that route, taking the ball and going home, they got to come back to the court and be like, nah, hold up, son. Nah.
I beg your pardon.
We didn't win this game. We didn't win this game. We didn't win this game. Nah. It's because we're black, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's because we're black.
Yeah.
Okay. If we weren't black, we wouldn't have won this game, right? Okay. You know what I'm saying? Does it just
find that suspicious?
Not at all. Not at all. You just don't. So yeah, so that's my take on this little bit, and I definitely could say I was perplexed. But yeah, do you have anything else on this one? I think this was a good short episode to start the new year.
Yeah, no, I think we covered all the bases on that one. I think the takeaway tonight, guys, is to understand what your moral compass is,
mm-hmm.
and make sure that you keep calibrated right correctly,
sure,
and don't allow these super liberal woke females or Negroes out here to put batteries in your back or to skew your moral compass. What's right is right, what's wrong is wrong, and like my Cole stated, hey, the rules are such where there's no redress to the situation. It is what it is. Okay. Oh, like what this would be called is like this is a Pyrrhic, right? It's a Pyrrhic for Camden. It's a great victory, but at a large cost, and that cost is now there's a huge spotlight on you, and you're gonna have to perform. Because if not, then there's going to be a lot to be said, and it is what it is. It's an unfortunate situation for both sides, and great life lessons for these young boys on both sides. You got to keep moving, roll with the punches.
Yep, So thank you, my good sir. That was an amazing episode today. I really do appreciate you guys for stopping by and allowing for us to shine on your day. We will do our best to get this episode out as quickly as possible, so that way we know, because we want to start, flooding your airways, plugging the algorithm to get you on the Truth Media scope. No pun intended. And what you guys can do for us is take a look at our different social medias. We have our Instagram page. I'm sharing it now at the Truth Media Podcast. Right. If you take a look, this beautiful design. I must say so myself. I'm not trying to remove it. Nope. So yep, guys, like we have a number of episodes that we've released over the course of the last 2 years now. So if you want to take a link to some of our YouTube, our Spotify, Anchor merged with Spotify. So yeah, if you want to see our content, where it is not going to be, it's not visual, just because you want to go on your little Sunday stroll and you want to be able to listen to us while you jog, listen to some cancel culture, while you're, driving to work. Please don't play this at work. You may just get fined. So yeah, take a look at our content. And we got it all. We've got video, we've got audio, just so that way you guys can check us out. And also, before I forget, take a look at my page at Q Fusion Reacts, Q Fusion, QFUSION Reacts. My co-host also has his YouTube page at
I think it's double AF. I'm pretty sure it's double AF, just like you see right here.
All right. Perfect, guys. You guys have been amazing. This has been a great episode. We look forward to getting you guys some more content. Please show us love, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Your boys are out.
Bro, when you ain't my ride, I don't know where we gonna go, where we gonna feel I cannot do this. If I felt like I don't know why I can do this. If I said less, you would make mess. You would call me a hot mess if you down in the less. I can't believe I said no. I can't pretend these. You were my baby from 3. If I really wanna do this around, I gotta give and leave, make if I did it all night. Be my sim, baby, every night. I'm trying to sim.